On a warm July evening in 1947, the quiet desert skies over Roswell, New Mexico, erupted into chaos. A blazing object streaked through the heavens, zigzagging erratically before disappearing behind the distant hills. The event was witnessed by numerous residents who described the object as brighter and faster than any airplane they'd ever seen. Minutes later, a loud earth-shaking explosion echoed across the desert, leaving the air charged with an otherworldly energy. The next morning, rancher Mac Brazel began his usual rounds on his sprawling property, only to stumble upon a sight that defied comprehension. Scattered across the ground were fragments of a strange, metallic material. The pieces were feather-light, but incredibly strong, bending under pressure without a trace of damage. Some fragments bore intricate markings, symbols resembling hieroglyphs, that glowed faintly in the sunlight, as though charged by some internal energy source. As Brazel explored further, he encountered something even more unsettling: the remains of an oval-shaped craft. The object was partially embedded in the ground, its seamless metallic surface reflecting the harsh desert sun. Despite the obvious damage, the craft's interior emitted a soft, pulsating light. Surrounding the wreckage were several small humanoid figures. Their pale, almost translucent skin glistened unnaturally, and their oversized heads featured large almond-shaped eyes that seemed to stare into the void. They lay motionless, their fragile bodies twisted in unnatural positions. Terrified and bewildered, Brazel rushed into town to report his discovery. Word spread quickly, and the local sheriff contacted officials at the nearby Roswell Army Airfield, RAFF. Within hours, the area was swarming with military personnel, marking the beginning of a cover-up that would fuel decades of speculation and intrigue. The military moved swiftly and decisively. Armed guards secured the crash site, cording off the area and barring civilians from entry. Under the cover of darkness, trucks rolled in to transport the debris and bodies. Eyewitnesses reported seeing soldiers meticulously comb through the site, collecting every fragment of wreckage and sealing it in unmarked crates. Some claimed to have seen the small unimoid figures being loaded onto stretchers and covered with tarps. On July the 2nd, the RWAF released a bombshell statement. They had recovered a flying disc. The news electrified the public, making headlines around the globe. Speculation ran wild, with theories ranging from secret military experiments to visitors from another planet. Just one day later, the military reversed its statement, claiming the wreckage was nothing more than a weather balloon. Photographs were released showing Major Jesse Marcel, an RAAF intelligence officer, posing with what appeared to be crumpled foil and rubber debris, a far cry from the advanced materials described by witnesses. Behind the scenes, the recovered materials and bodies were flown to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Scientists and engineers were tasked with analyzing the wreckage, and what they discovered would challenge the boundaries of human understanding. The recovered materials defied all known science. Metallurgists examining the debris found it was composed of an unknown alloy, incredibly lightweight, yet virtually indestructible. Attempts to cut, melt, or even scratch the material proved futile. Some fragments emitted faint electromagnetic fields, suggesting they were part of an advanced propulsion or communication system. The strange hieroglyphic-like symbols on the debris puzzled cryptographers and linguists. Despite extensive analysis, no one could decipher their meaning. Some theorized the symbols represented a form of universal mathematics, while others speculated they were aesthetic or ceremonial markings. The alien bodies posed an even greater enigma. Autopsies revealed they were biologically distinct from humans, yet bore striking similarities. Their skin lacked pores, and their internal organs were compact and efficient. Most striking was their brain structure, which was significantly larger in proportion to their bodies, suggesting advanced cognitive capabilities. They lacked a traditional digestive system, leading researchers to hypothesize they absorbed nutrients through their skin or an unknown metabolic process. Despite these groundbreaking discoveries, the military maintained a strict veil of secrecy. Scientists were sworn to silence, and all documentation was classified. Publicly, the Roswell incident was dismissed as a case of misidentified wreckage, but whispers of the truth persisted. Decades later, in 1989, a physicist named Bob Lazar would bring renewed attention to the Roswell mystery. Lazar claimed he had worked at a highly classified facility known as Area S4, located near Area 51 in Nevada. According to Lazar, Area S4 housed several extraterrestrial spacecraft, one of which bore a striking resemblance to descriptions of the Roswell craft. Lazar's primary task was to reverse engineer the propulsion system of one of these crafts. He described a reactor powered by element 115, an element unknown to modern science at the time. According to Lazar, this element could generate a gravitational field, effectively bending space-time. This allowed the craft to achieve feats of propulsion and maneuverability that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The interior of the craft was equally perplexing. Lazar described a seamless, compact design, devoid of visible controls or instrumentation. The panels appeared to respond to touch, suggesting an interface that operated on a mental or neurological level. The seating and proportions indicated the craft had been designed for beings much smaller than humans. Lazar's claims were met with skepticism and ridicule. The government denied his employment, and attempts were made to discredit his academic credentials. Yet, elements of his story resonated with UFO researchers, particularly his descriptions of the craft and its technology, which aligned closely with accounts from the Roswell incident. Area 51 has long been at the center of UFO conspiracy theories. Located in the Nevada desert, the base is shrouded in secrecy, with restricted airspace and heavily armed guards deterring any would-be intruders. Many believe the facility serves as a repository for recovered alien technology, including the Roswell craft. Whistleblowers and former employees have alleged that Area 51 and its sub-facilities, such as Area S4, are dedicated to reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology. Some claim the advancements in fiber optics, microchips, and stealth technology can be traced back to these efforts. Others suggest the base houses live extraterrestrials, either as prisoners or collaborators. Over the years, numerous eyewitness accounts have added to the mystique of Area 51. Testimonies from former military personnel describe witnessing strange lights and unidentified flying objects performing impossible maneuvers. While skeptics attribute these sightings to advanced military aircraft, believers see them as evidence of alien collaboration. Many Roswell residents have shared their own accounts of the 1947 incident. Glenn Dennis, a local mortician, claimed he received calls from the RAAF requesting child-sized coffins and asking unusual questions about body preservation. Dennis also recounted a conversation with a nurse who allegedly witnessed the alien autopsies. According to her, the beings had delicate human-like hands and an otherworldly presence that defied description. Jesse Marcel, the intelligence officer who initially recovered the wreckage, later admitted in interviews that the material he handled was unlike anything produced on Earth. He described a metal that could be crumpled and would instantly return to its original shape. as well as beams inscribed with mysterious symbols. Marcel's testimony has become a cornerstone of the Roswell narrative, fueling speculation that the official weather balloon explanation was a cover-up. The Roswell incident has had a profound cultural impact, inspiring books, films, and television shows. It has also galvanized the UFO research community, leading to the formation of organizations dedicated to uncovering the truth about extraterrestrial life. Despite the passage of time, public interest in Roswell remains as strong as ever. Today, the Roswell incident stands as one of the most compelling cases in UFO lore. While skeptics argue that the event has been exaggerated over time, believers see it as undeniable proof of humanity's contact with extraterrestrial life. The questions persist. What really happened in the New Mexico desert that summer night? Were the recovered materials and bodies truly alien, or was the incident part of a larger, more elaborate deception? As new information continues to emerge, the Roswell story evolves, capturing the imagination of each new generation. Whether fact, fiction, or something in between, it serves as a reminder of humanity's enduring curiosity about the cosmos and the secrets it holds.